Hey everybody, it's Highland Alchemist, and welcome back to Let's Play Banjo-Kazooie. In the last episode, we kinda got done with Freeze Easy Peak, but we ended up being one jiggy short because, well, let's just say that there's a move that we weren't able to get because it is only available in the next world, and so we're gonna have to go to that world, and then after we learn that, then we would have to backtrack to, or back to Freeze Easy Peak. Of course, we're not gonna do that just yet, though, because I do actually need to cover this next world first. Speaking of, yeah, of course, that's what we're going to do in this episode, and the name of this next world is Gobi's Valley. And yeah, to be perfectly honest, I'm not that much of a fan of desert levels. I think I've already stated that in my Let's Play as Super Mario 64, where I think it was during the, it was during the Shifting Sandland course, where I've already said that I didn't really like desert levels very much. I just kind of found them bland, so yeah, I think I might have already said that before. I will say this, though, I do love the theme that plays in Gobi's Valley. It's so goddamn good. First and foremost, we do need to destroy that brick wall right here, because, or just a stone wall or whatever. Because we need those winning boots in order to get across, because there's a quicksand pit, and that will harm us. Tootie's fate is looking grim. It's because her brother's dim. Oh, come on now, we are trying our hardest. I mean, sure, Banjo isn't really the sharpest tool in the shed, but, you know, at least he's trying. First things first, we have Grunty again, so let's hear more of those disgusting secrets that we don't really need to know about. Grunty's best friend at witch school was the awful Sweaty Betty. How long has she been going to the gym and not taking a shower? When relaxing, she usually reads Fat Hag Monthly magazine. Hey, you know, actually, she did appear on the front cover of it, while sipping a glass of her favorite camel spit milkshake. Ugh! Oh, God! Ugh, no! I don't want to imagine that, ugh! I mean, I love milkshakes and all that, but, ugh, camel spit? No thanks! Gross! Although, it actually does make a whole lot of sense that, she would be, that she would bring up a camel, because, well, there is a camel character in this world that we will be meeting later on, so, yeah, what do you know? Anyway, so here we are in Gobi's Valley, and, right in the middle of this oasis right here, we have Trunker the Tree, and he is apparently dying of thirst. Unfortunately, though, he cannot move, because, well, he's a tree, obviously. And, you know, being a tree, he's just rooted to the ground, and so there's water surrounding him, but he can't really do anything about it. So I guess we'll just have to figure out a way. But at least he's not cursed to have spiders crawling all over inside him. I guess that might be a good thing. Because, you know, his situation is actually an easy problem to solve, unlike, you know, unlike the other tree, but more on that once I get to that Let's Play. Anyway, so this right here is Jinxie the Sphinx, and, you know, yeah, like I said, I do love Gobi's Valley's theme. Both the main theme and also the variation for it when you're near Jinxie. As a matter of fact, I think I might have liked, I think I like Jinxie's theme a little more, because it sounds a lot more dramatic. I mean, the main theme does sound a bit more desert-like, but Jinxie's theme, it does have a more dramatic feel to it. So yes, let's see, did I already mention that about those quicksand pits, about only those sand hills surviving there? I don't think I did. Actually, you know what? I've been mentioning that a lot because I have done several takes for this video already. For one thing, it's because, let me be honest, I am not very good at intros, so I always screw up in the middle of those, and I always have to start again. And I actually got pretty far into recording my commentary, but... Excuse me. I just ate, but, yeah, I recorded very far into my commentary, but then I completely screwed up my speech, and so I had to start this all over again. It kind of is a pain in the ass. Yeah, what we're doing right now is that, apparently Jinxie's nose is blocked up. And, as you just saw right there, I was actually trying to, aim and shoot the egg over to the right nostril. but I ended up accidentally shooting to the, or getting the left nostril first. As I actually found out when I tried to shoot it again, nothing happened, and then it turns out I already got that one, and so I had to get over to the other nostril. So yeah, that was kind of unintentional on my part, but, you know, at least we got it now. We can go inside the Sphinx. I didn't even go over these guys, but we already encountered them. These are called Slappas, and they are basically the kind of mummified hands which will emerge from the ground, and after a while they will actually try to slap you onto the ground, hence the name Slappa. And, you know, they can cause quite a bit of a jump scare, especially the way they would just emerge from the ground out of nowhere, when you least expect them to, of course. And there's that orange Jinja that we got right there. And what this mission entails here is that we basically just have to shoot the eggs into those little mini sphinxes. And then by doing so, then the magic carpets will ascend upwards. Ascend upwards? That kind of... Okay, that sounds redundant. But anyway, bottom line is, of course, there's a bit of platforming here and there, so just get across them, and then there's our Jiggy. And no, don't expect me to go ahead and sing that damn Aladdin song. Because, you know, every time we go on a magic carpet, then you guys would always expect me to sing the song from Aladdin, but I'm not going to this time because it's always so predictable as a result. So anyways, yeah, like I've been saying, even though, like, I think I mentioned, I think I went on a little bit of a tangent on this before, but, the way my commentary is, it kind of varies a bit. Like, there are times where my commentary would be absolutely top-notch in my opinion, but there could be other times where I would sound like I'm a bit zombified, and I would run out of things to say, and I would basically just talk things out of my ass. And as a result, it just gets very boring and kind of uninteresting. I mean, you guys may not think so, and I kind of accidentally let something slip out again. I'm so sorry about that. This is also one of the examples of which, yeah, I do slur my words a lot, and that's kind of how my commentary is. It just happens. So, yeah. Let me stop myself right there. Yeah, what we're doing right now for this mission is that we basically just fly through the rings of the ancient ones right here. And after flying through all of them, they do claim that that we actually it's basically the key to finally defeating Gruntilda once and for all. And you would think that that we could do it that quickly, right? Right? Well, except that they're only joking. Guys, come on. April Fool's Day was yesterday. And, you know, I tried to do my kind of April Fool's Day, but that kind of came up a bit short. So, yeah, it's already over, guys. I'm sorry, but your timing there was a little off. Anyway, so after flying through all those rings, then we get another Jiggy here. So anyways, back to what I was saying. So yeah, like I said, my commentary does kind of vary. Sometimes it may be top quality, or other times it might suck, in my opinion. Again, you guys might disagree with me, but there are times where I would just kind of listen to my commentary again, and then I would just go like, oh god, this is not what I had in mind. No. At least this commentary is a little decent, but anyway, I gotta stop myself again. So this right here is our final move in the entire game that we're gonna be learning from bottles, and these are the running shoes. And just like the wading boots, we can just find a pair of those and we can put them on, and for a limited amount of time, we can actually run faster. Well, just by, it's basically like a turbo talent drop, but yeah, we basically just run so much faster. Of course, just like the wading boots, if we hear the ticking noise, then that's why we run out. Oh, you fucker! These here are called Scabbies, and they're very much like the Buzz Bombs in Bubble Loop Swamp, where they would just, they see you, they charge right at you, and you just kill them with a rat-a-tat-rap. They sound the same too, of course. Of course, I think, yeah, I think they're a little more, I think they're a little more competent than the Buzz Bombs and stuff, because from where you saw right there, they can actually see you from pretty far away, and then they would try to attack you. And here we are using the running shoes here. And this one we have to go right to the top of this building right here. Under a time limit, under a very short time limit, but that's where the running shoes come into play. I would recommend, once you get up the ramps here, I would recommend just jumping ahead, because if you actually do go the normal way, go the ramps, you won't be able to make it in time. So I would recommend you just jump up there like that. Yeah, as you can see here. Because if I did it the normal way, then I would never have made it. And you want to make sure you get this Momo token as well, because after you get this Jiggy, then the whole water will drain, and therefore it will be completely impossible to get that Momo token. And it will be forever doomed to stay up there for the rest of its life. And yes, I say life because the first time we picked it up, it started talking to us. Because if there's an item that has eyes, it's sentient. That's how the world of Banjo-Kazooie works. So before I get sidetracked yet again, I think I've already talked about the kind of quality of my commentary, like how it varies. So what I was trying to say though is that I actually did do several takes of my commentary in this video, and I did get pretty far, but I screwed up for what I was trying to say so badly, it got way too embarrassing, and so I had to stop myself and start this all over again. And yeah, because of this, and there are also a lot of times, it pretty much happens all the time every time I start a new episode, is that I would do several takes of, or so many takes of my intro, because, ladies and gentlemen, I kind of suck at trying to come up with an intro. Like, I know it's the usual, you know, hey everybody, it's Highland Alchemist, welcome back to whichever Let's Play, and then last episode, this episode, But, you know, sometimes I just kind of, do a bit of a tongue twister, and then I have to try again. It happens with a lot of Let's Players, but in my case, it feels a little... It feels very much embarrassing and a little humiliating at the same time, so that's kind of the reason why I would just end up trying this again. It does get annoying like that, I know. Shit, there was a... Oh, that's right, yeah. And that's also another one of those things that, in case you guys have pretty much either forgotten, or if you're seeing this video for the first time, pretty much every single one of my Let's Plays are post-commentated Let's Plays, meaning that I would just record the game footage first, and then after I do the editing process, and then I would just commentate over the video. I mean, yeah, there's Let's Players that would just do live commentary to basically just... excuse me. This keep coming out of nowhere, but, like, there's a lot of Let's Players that would do live commentary, but not me, though, because, I mean, I've done it before, but it's hard to just go and talk, but then pay attention to the game at the same time, so that's the whole reason why this channel is wholly dedicated to for me doing post-commentated Let's Plays. So I just figure I would go ahead and remind you guys if either you don't know about it yet, or if you might have already forgotten. Anyway, so now that my kind of tangent's out of the way, so what we just did here was that more of those mini sphinxes, just by shooting the eggs into the mouse 3 times, a pyramid will emerge from the ground. And yeah, previously the whole moat around here, it was all quicksand. So after getting the Jiggy and that other in the other building, I was about to say pyramid, but it doesn't really look like a pyramid to me. Then yeah, the water will drain, and then it'll fill whatchamacallit, the pit down there. Okay, that was easy to say. It'll fill up the pit there with water, and then we can swim down there. Anyway, so right inside here is King Sandybutt's tomb, and, let's take a look up here. Oh. That should be easy, right? Let's go. Oh, shit. Oh, time limit. It's a trap. We better run. So yeah, in King Sandybutt's tomb, the pyramid itself, it is a maze, and you can only go through there in a limited time. Also, bad design choice right here. There's a gravity switch inside the pyramid itself, in the maze, under a time limit. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's just dickheaded design right there. I mean, you made me wonder where the grinding switch is, and there it is. It has to be here of all places. But fortunately, we made it to the end, so, I mean, as long as you know exactly the path of the maze, then you should be fine, but just get there as quickly as possible. And with that, there's our Jiggy. Yeah, let me just say this right now, like, this actually scared the shit out of me when I was a kid, because, like, the very first time I went inside the pyramid, of course, I actually failed that. And if the timer runs out, then the spike ceiling from right above you, it will collapse down, and you'll get squished, and then you die. And yeah, you really gotta be careful with that right here. I mean, as long as you know what pathway it is, then you should be fine. But again, be careful with this because like I said, if you're playing this on the N64 version, then you are really gonna regret it if you actually run out of time and then you lose a life, because, you know, like I said, you can only go through this world in one go because of the Jiggy score system. Not so much in the Xbox Live Arcade version, because, well, since the music notes are permanent collectibles, but, you know, I'm not playing the Xbox Live Arcade version, I am playing the N64 version, and so, therefore, yeah, I'd set to suffer the fate of having to go through those levels in one go. Again, I still do love this game, but, you know, it's kind of the one thing that, the one thing that didn't age well in Banjo-Kazooie, and, you know, one thing that Banjo-Tooie really did fix. It was the first game to do so. So now we are inside this pyramid here, and, let's see, we have a snake charmer right here. And he does have a rather, interesting way of speaking. This guy is called Ruby. And, of course, he will actually agree to our request of treasure. And apparently the treasure, which obviously knows the Jiggy, is that, it's actually way up there, but how do we get up there, you may ask? Well, we have a rotating bowl around this basket with a snake inside of it. And so, basically we just have to take a shit inside that bowl. Well, just putting the eggs in there. And then, after doing so 5 times, then, something good will happen. Alright, there we go. And, what I like to do is that I would just go on top of the basket lid. And then, it's running his tup. And it'll just go and outstretch itself, and there's a Jiggy. Of course, you can actually just, you can actually just climb onto his neck, like that right there if you want to, but I just chose to just stay around the lid of the basket first, just to get to the Jiggy. And so that's the first 5 Jiggies in Gobi's Valley, and I think that's about it for this video. So next time on Let's Play Banjo-Kazooie, we are going to, well, you know, obviously enough, we're going to finish off Gobi's Valley. In addition to that, after that's done, then we'll backtrack over to Freeze Easy Peak, and we will have that rematch against Boggy with the running shoes this time. So, till next time, see you guys later.